Welcome to episode 98 of the BCF ORG podcast, The Business of Business. I'm Brian Fisher. In the previous episode, 97, our guest was Robert Curry, discussing internships. This podcast series is targeted to business owners and C-suite executives. It reflects my 34 years as a business owner and subsequent years as a business mentor and consultant. It focuses on the various subjects and topics to help you run a successful, profitable business. They're approximately 15 minutes long, so you can listen while commuting. Hopefully, you'll find one or two takeaways to implement per episode. Today's episode discusses Marketing Plus with Mike Maynard. Based out of West Sussex, England, UK, Mike Maynard is the Managing Director, CEO of Napier Group, a PR and marketing agency for B2B technology companies. A self-confessed geek who loves talking about technology, Mike offers a unique blend of technical and marketing expertise. Mike began his career as an electronics design engineer, developing products from complex radar systems to recording studio, mixing desk. Mike believes that combining the measurement, accountability, and innovation that he learned as an engineer with a passion for communicating means his clients can achieve their marketing goals sooner. Mike and his team at Napier specialize in increasing the speed prospects travel through the client's sales and marketing funnels, generating opportunities more quickly. Their unique approach to campaign strategy designs in speed to campaigns from the outset, building integrated campaigns that focus on the important tactics, whether clients need to increase awareness, generate leads, or engage contacts to create opportunities. The leader of B2B Group in the Forbes Agency Council, Mike has directed major PR and marketing programs for a wide range of global technology clients, reaching over 30 European countries, North America, and beyond. Let's welcome Mike Maynard. Mike, welcome to the BCF ORG podcast, The Business of Business.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, Brian. Great to talk to you.
Thanks for joining us today, Mike. Mike, I'm always interested in people's stories. What's your background in becoming the managing director, CEO of the Napier Group, a marketing agency for the B2B technology companies?
Well, this is actually quite a long story, Brian, so I'll try and cut it short. I actually was at school. I was going to do maths at university and pretty much at the last minute changed it and decided to study engineering. Became an electronics engineer, worked in a couple of roles in electronics engineering, decided I wasn't a very good engineer, but I was quite good at talking about tech. So I moved into technical sales, from technical sales to marketing. And then once I'd been running marketing for about 5 years, I had the opportunity to buy the agency I was using. So that's what I did.
This episode's topic is Marketing Plus. Why should everyone be doing account-based marketing?
Yeah, well, I think account-based marketing, a lot said about it. A lot of people make this mystique around account-based marketing. But let's be honest, account-based marketing is just good marketing with good personalization and good targeting. So what you're doing is you're taking your marketing and you're targeting it specifically at the customers who can make the biggest difference, or the prospects can make the biggest difference. So to me, people should be doing it because it's frankly just good marketing.
Following up on that, what are the 4 steps to delivering killer B2B PR campaigns?
Well, that's a question I love. We've at Napier developed a process, and really it's all about thinking about your campaign before you launch it. So we have 4 steps. One is determine, which is work out what the situation is and what you want to change. The second is focus, which is work out who you're talking to make that change and what they care about, what their process is going through their customer journey. We then do deliver, which is doing the campaign work. And finally, we believe in, rather than evaluate, we actually talk about enhance, because what we want to do is take the learnings from what we've done, see how well we've performed, and then feed that back to make the next campaign even better. So those are our 4 simple steps, built upon academic theory, but a really simple way to make sure that you actually do the right planning before you rush into the marketing campaign.
We're speaking with Mike Maynard, Managing Director, CEO of the Napier Group. Mike, what are 5 key ways to increase your marketing ROI?
Yeah, that's a great question. We like to try and give 5 different ways that people approach things. So the things we talk about are really around segmentation or focus, who you're actually targeting. Make sure you target the right people. It's around the messaging. So you've got to make sure that you're really clear as to why people should buy your product or service. And that's something that really does need working out. So people talk about value propositions. It's super important to get that right. You need to do personalization. And that's really about making sure that you talk to people about their specific needs in their specific role. You need to be really clear on your metrics, because what you need to be able to do is measure how well your campaign's performed. And those metrics need to relate to your business and not the easy marketing metrics. Don't think about click-through rate. Think about what impacts your business. And then lastly, long answer, I know, but the last of the 5 is to be creative and try different things and ultimately test different things. And if you're not testing, you're not learning. So those would be our 5 steps to great ROI.
Mike, what results or lessons learned have you seen with businesses that have implemented your recommendations?
Well, there's lots of things people learn, and I think there's a couple of major areas. So one is really understanding the audience. And I think businesses that put effort into understanding their customers do much better. We've all seen businesses that kind of talk to customers about the business. It's all about them. It's not about the customers. If you can understand the customer and talk to the customer about their challenges, that makes a huge difference. And then secondly, I think what really moves the needle is finding the right metrics, the right things to measure. And if you're finding the right things to measure, you can then really learn what works and what doesn't work. And that means avoiding these marketing click-through rates, which a lot of marketers like me love to present, but really are fairly meaningless, and focusing on, the impact your business. That might be leads, that might be sales meetings, that might be sales themselves. So really focusing on those metrics is super important.
Yeah, if there's one thing I learned of being a business owner, it really is all about the customer and the value that you bring to them.
Absolutely. I think you've expressed that perfectly, Brian. If you can understand why you're valuable to a customer and talk about it in the customer's language, not your language,
Absolutely.
that's so compelling. Yeah, absolutely.
We're speaking with Mike Maynard, Managing Director, CEO of the Napier Group. Mike, is there anything I've not asked that you'd like to add?
Do you know, I think one of the things I'd say is that people, when they're thinking about their business, they need to consider how they're going to tell people about the business. And it's so easy to get locked into a little bubble where you're talking to the customers, the people you know, and your business is doing fine. It's doing okay, but it's not doing as well as it could be. And I think having a bit more ambition, being prepared to invest in marketing, and then being prepared to do it right. Don't just throw money at it, but you need to throw time and thought and effort at it, and make sure that you're thinking about the customer, you're understanding how you help them, and then you're saying that clearly in the way that they'd say it, not the way that you'd say it. If you can do all that and get that message in front of the right people, your business will definitely grow.
Mike, how can people get in contact with you?
Lots of ways to get in contact with me. Probably the easiest way is to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm Mike Maynard at Napier. So if you search Mike Maynard Napier, you'll absolutely find me. And if anybody wants to maybe hear me in other podcasts, we do also run a couple of other podcasts. One particularly is Marketing B2B Technology. Just search for Marketing B2B Technology if you're in the B2B tech space. And you'll hear lots of interviews with not only some of the people who invent the marketing technology, but also people like yourself. So people in marketing roles that are, doing what you're doing, and you can learn from them.
Mike, thank you for joining us today on the BCF ORG podcast, The Business of Business.
Thanks so much for talking to me, Brian.
Thank you. My sincere thanks to Mike Maynard for joining us today. Managing the performance of your company is one of the most important things you do as a leader. This podcast is on YouTube and over 20 podcast directories. Subscribe or follow wherever you get your podcast. In search, type BCF ORG. Be sure to leave a space between BCF and ORG. If you'd like to reach out to me for business consulting or with any questions, comments, ideas, or potentially be a guest, like Mike, please go to bcforg.com. There's a red Contact Us button in the middle of the homepage. A LinkedIn symbol's on the upper right. Click on that if you'd like to see my profile. All the podcasts are available by clicking on the website podcast page in the reference bar. These podcasts will be released the first and third Tuesday each month. In the next episode, 99, our guest will be Patrick Hardy, discussing disaster and disruption planning. In business, running a successful, profitable business is the ultimate scorecard. You are never done and can always be better. It tends to be more fun than work, frustrating at times, but can be very rewarding. From BCF ORG Corp., I'm Brian Fisher, wishing you the best. Thanks.